Today, we are going to talk about rotations on Counter-Strike 2. This is one of the most important things that you can understand because it's going to allow you to flow around the map, be unpredictable, and just be in the right place at the right time. I'm going to theorycraft with you today. You're going to get inside the mind of a top-level pro player inside of this game, and I'm going to give you some of my knowledge and make you a better player by the end of this video. But first, hit that subscribe button, and I do have to give you a message before we get into it. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code COJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. Alright, so let's understand rotations inside of Counter-Strike, right? Now, let's first understand what positions should be rotating. Now, in general, I'm going to use Mirage as an example, but every map is going to be very similar, where you are going to have two players that are going to anchor each site. So for Mirage, you're going to have a B player that anchors, and then an A player that anchors. Now, if you are one of these players that is on the anchor role, rotations are not going to be as important for you, but one thing that you can do is when your teammates are giving info, like 4 or 5 people running up mid, guys, they're all here, you can push through the map and start to shrink the map and close it down. For you anchors, that's going to be your biggest thing. You don't really want to rotate unless you see bomb and you know that they're going out the other site. So that's my first thing. If you are an anchor, don't over rotate too fast. You're going to allow the other team to have a free bomb site, and that's the last thing you want to do. You're going to be susceptible to alert killing you as you're rotating. You're just going to be a noob. You've got to stay put. Now, if you're in one of the roles where you're flowing around, you have to be good at rotating, right? So that's going to be your cat player on Mirage, your connector player, and your window player. You have to understand where you should be and what's going on. Now, the first type of rotation I want to talk about is the rotation where they are not in your side of the map and you are trying to close the map and pressure the team, right? So very similar to the way the B player and A player will push through. If you're the cat player and your teammates are calling heavy mid early in the round, maybe they have them held off like Tetris or ramp, you could just take these fights and start to close the map down similar to the anchors and start getting a flank early. Or, you know, vice versa, if you're a connector player, you could start walking through underpass if you know they're heavy B and you could get this early flank where it's relevant, right? The first rotation is that aggressive pushing flank, right? On pistol round, I'm the window player, right? I'm up on Mirage. One thing that I always do in pugs, always, is I sit here and I jump spot mid and underpass as the window player on pistol. First, obviously, like hold window, make sure no one swings, kill them if they swing, and then I come out here and do this. Why am I doing this? I'm purely playing off of information rotations. A lot of times there's gonna be like 3 guys underpass, so I sprint through connector and I come here and I have my teammate that's connector bait for me, and I get so many kills doing this. If I have enough time and I see, okay, they're all there, you know, I could even run top mid and do something, right? You just always got to be able to flow and understand like where the enemies are and what you're gonna do. Now, another type of rotation is honestly to fall back, right? Say I'm the cat player, there's 4 guys running up cat, they're pressuring me, I somehow stay alive. I am rotating out. I'm now sacrificing this map control. I'm rotating out and we're gonna do something different now. Now my rotation might be to boost my B player or get him up here and double push apps, single push apps, whatever it is, and take that space. One of the greatest rotations you can make is giving the space that they are obviously like heavy pressuring, trying to use all their utility on, and taking the other space and forcing them to have to clear new angles, right? You always want to make the T side clear new angles, right? They're all running up cat here, they're pressuring you, they have this control. Well, guess what? That control doesn't really matter as much if you guys can push into apps, have a player push you up there, and now you're holding B site from here. And now if you're listening and you hear all this information, you can have another player like rotated market here. Now you have a makeshift crossfire, right? You have this makeshift crossfire where he's market, you're here, and it's such an easy round, right? Versus what I see every person doing in pugs and matchmaking is taking a 1v4. Why are we taking a 1v4, man? It's not worth it. You got to be able to rotate out and be unpredictable, right? Now for oppers, it's very useful. I've made a video on this in the past. You take a shot, instead of repeaking over and over and over again, take that shot and post somewhere new. Maybe you come around the CT and post CT. Maybe you come and post B apps, right? For oppers out there, you know, rotations are going to look a little different. You're always trying to kill. As an opper, you're not trying to support as much. But yeah, so I mean, understanding those two right off the bat are just very, very good, right? Also, another type of rotation that we can see is, say you're the connector player and they're throwing full eggs, like you don't have much util, say you have nothing, right? You can stay here and spam, do that, that's fine. But a good play sometimes is to regroup with your team. So you're spamming, everyone regroup CT, three regroup CT, let's retake from CT and really get them because they're vulnerable, right? We flash in for your teammates, everyone's here, they're grouping up, 3-man swing, boom, 3 people are peeking, running in here, being relentless, versus you just standing here and taking your 1v2, 1v3 fight that you're probably gonna lose, right? Obviously there's a time and place to like throw a lurk smoke down and make your play, but the defensive rotations where you're grouping with your team are so valuable. Guys, if you ever can in pugs and plays, be unpredictable and regroup, because guess what, in a pug, what are they saying? They see you spamming from jungle and they're calming to each other. Guys, one jungle, one CT, rest unknown. He's jungle, I saw him spamming, right? So now it's a pug, it's a matchmaking game. They're not gonna update the comps, right? They think you are jungle. They're not gonna expect everyone to just regroup CT. And now some people have to use their like their brain power, their firepower to hold jungle, right? And you can flood in and do your thing. Those rotations are very sick, right? Very sick, very good. But just flowing around the map, doing these things is going to be how you win games, right? As far as T-side, I don't want to get into it too much, but T-side's all about pushing and pulling, guys, right? A really good rotation, and I'm not going to go in depth on T-side. I might make another video if this pops off and does well, you guys want it, on in-depth T-side rotations. But a really good thing to do on T-side is, like, say you're in like a 4v4 situation, rounds late, whatever, throwing util and just distracting is great. Like shooting here, throwing util, and have your team group on the other side. My teammates are in apps, I'm sitting here like spamming, doing all these things, throwing util, and then I just run away with my knife out to regroup my team late, and they go out B while I'm distracting, right? It's so good, right? This game is about pushing and pulling, and if you can flow in and out on these mid-round situations and understand these rotations, you are going to win, right? So understand your aggressive rotations where you're actually taking space, understand your repositioning, you know, repositions, like whatever, it's stupid, where you're just like falling back into a new spot, right? You're pushing and pulling, they're pushing up mid, so you're like flooding into a new area where you know they're not going to be. And then also just your mid-round repositions, right? Say you're mid, they were doing mid take, and then, you know, you molly boxes, you see nobody is mid, you flash under for your teammate, maybe just get into underpass here and patrol. Maybe just sit here and patrol in the mid-round. You're not really pushing forward, but you're in a new spot where they don't think you're gonna be, and then you're listening for info, you hear one make a step con, and you get this kill and then run away, right? Or, you know, you follow them and multi-frag. There's so many things you can do, but playing standard spots and fighting to the death is not what you want to do in this game. It's not. You're going to succeed so much. You're going to find a lot more wins, a lot more engagements that you're coming out on top on when you're doing this, right? Reposition, and even micro reposition. So say you start here, you get a kill, drop a smoke down, right? You drop a smoke down, maybe you keep shooting once or twice, and then you reposition out, right? These little micro repositions are huge too, guys. Don't forget that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see me do this live, I stream on Twitch every single weekday on twitch.tv/CojomoCS. I give such good live gameplay. I play at the top of Face It. I'm number 4 right now. I might go down over the weekend, but number 4 in North America. So I got a lot to teach you guys. I'd love to see you out there, and help me hit 5,000 followers on Twitch, and then let's push for 20,000 subs on YouTube. That would mean so much. But you all take care. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.